Welcome to Diamond Quantum Law. Welcome to Diamond Quantum Law. Here comes Dr. Mike. Woohoo! All right. So what I would like to do today is like a really a summary of what's going on, okay, in our universe, what's been happening. And some of it you've actually heard before, but it's really important to get the what is going on now, okay? And because we're in a huge, big cycle of upliftment, we're coming into the Aquarian age, okay? This, if you can imagine, the diamond at the top is the Aquarian age. So I'm sort of changing now from talking about, 3D and 5D to more precisely, this is Pisces, this is Aquarian, okay? The Aquarian age, the new earth that's coming sort of thing. So it's really important for us to understand that this has been, that we are even on the planet is unbelievable. Doesn't that just rock your world? It's like, holy smokes, I remember being like 14 or something. I think it was like 1981, and the planets were lining up, and then my parents were really Christians, Christian. It was like, this might be the end of the world as we know it. And I was so angry. It was like, oh my goodness, I've just gotten to 14. I'm almost free to go and do something. And then what, the whole world ends. It's just really cranky about it. I'm going, I want to be here. I want to be here in the end days, whatever that is, So really cool that we actually are here and able to do what it is that we're meant to be. But to think that we're actually in the hour itself is mind-blowing to me. It's like, wow, how precise is that? And every one of you here is that. Isn't that beautiful? All of you here today, and all of those that are part of the replay and listening to this message are here today for this. So we're going to just go through a few facts just so that we can get the message right. It's not easy, when you're living in this world, and we've got lockdowns and COVIDs, and we've got great deceit and deception. We've got massive agendas that I find absolutely extraordinary that you would do it out in the open, okay? Especially when you've had people like myself watching it for a long time. And then they're trying to say, no, it's not. No, it's fine. And so we've been watching this for a long time, haven't we? Understanding the systems of the world, okay? How the game works, how the monopoly game works. And many years ago, when I was a child also, I used to play Monopoly with my brothers and sisters. And I didn't realize that I was such an awful person in one sense, because I would end up with strategy that I would purchase every piece. Then I'd buy all of the utilities, and then I would buy, basically they had nothing. I'd buy every piece of land, send them to jail as much as possible, and they had nothing. I would end up owning all the real estate, and I'd actually own the bank. So there's some areas of business that I'm very good at. But when this was brought to my attention many years later, and in particular while I was writing the book, it was like, I have been understanding this time for a long time. I love international relations. I love politics in one sense, but I'm very non-political. I like systems. So I should say that I prefer systems, understanding them. But what we're doing, and that is so that we can come out of the system. Okay, so you learn the system, you study the system, you understand the players in the system, so that you can come out of the system. And that's the most important thing to understand right now. So we are coming out of the system. And coming out of the system means what? I don't know. For me, right now, as light beings, okay, we're going to look at what a light being is we are coming out of the Piscean age. So Pisces itself. And we had magnificent dreams from both Tara, my beloved and partner, had a dream, okay, of this It was quite horrible, but wonderful, but horrible. And also Magenta Pixie, okay, had this dream, and the mother, okay, was bringing to birth a child, and the child itself had these leech type things, these eels at the door of the birth canal, about to gobble up the child that was coming through. And the child looked Piscean, it looked like a fish, okay, and yet it had to bring it to birth. And we were being taught in this that the Pisces is coming, the Pisces can only devour itself. And it's so important for you to understand this, because Pisces in you vibrationally, which is, remember, duality, back to front and upside down, thinking that we're calling out to a God or to the universe or whatever, is back to front and upside down to who you really are. Okay? And so you've got to bring this duality that's in your vibrational framework to an end by coming into sovereign alignment. And it's not even sovereign alignment, it is actually an initiation within your heart center. You've been calling it in, and it says, as above, so below. Okay? Whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth is loosed in heaven. Okay? It's, you are a channel of light connected to your greater you. Okay? Ignited in the diamond light body. So the light body is opening up, it's transcending, it's becoming more. This last number of months, we've actually come into diamond platinum. Now we're coming into the rose energies of Reisha. So we're going to talk about all of these things that are actually seriously happening to our bodies and to Gaia, the earth. Okay, and we are of Gaia, so we are actually the earth. Isn't that cool? Okay, yesterday we're actually lighting somebody up. Okay, and we'll do that now. Let's light you all up and impart the diamond. There's nothing better than demonstrating to you who you are for real by running the diamond energy, okay, which is the Christ consciousness. Oh, David, there you are. You're just playing games with my head. Love you. See, he does things to my brain. Feel that. All right. Okay. Just receive. Just receive. Fill yourself up right now. Here we go. I'm just tuning in. Sorry. Here we come. Pay attention, Ruth. David, you just get me off track. Whew. Filling up, filling up, filling up. Here it comes now, just filling it up. I want you to feel it into your brain. Oh, isn't that lovely? Just filling up the brain and just feeling relaxation. And what that's doing is it's actually balancing the chemistry in your brain. Why is that important? Because what happens is when you're living back to front in plan B, in duality, you've got the game going on. Remember, we've got good versus bad, right versus wrong, and it's triggering stress. And it's igniting chemicals in your brain. The DMT levels in your brain go all over the place. We get the serotonin and the adrenaline levels all over the place. And then as some of the great teachers like Ramtha, I don't know who studied Ramtha, but I studied Ramtha, and he goes, you are addicted to chemicals, chemical addictions from the brain. That's all you do. Okay, you actually get amped up about something gets up your nose, and then you're upset, and then you calm down on the serotonin, and then you get upset, and you're all by yourself getting upset. Nobody has to be with you to get you upset. You can be on your way to a holiday, you know, thinking, oh, I'm free, and then suddenly something kicks in and you start thinking about it and you get upset because you're ready for the next rush of adrenaline. So your brain and body are composed chemically. Okay, and so because you are solar powered, you're a solar powered being, okay, in 3D, we're actually now activating the heart and the light body to come into photon energy, which is 5D and above, which is stellar energy. So if you can imagine right now, and just drawing it into your light body while we're talking, so I haven't stopped imparting, but we're coming into what's called a 2,000-year reign of photon energy. So that's why they call it a rainbow. So the earth has actually come in, okay, in its natural cycle into a photon belt of stellar energy. And that's what's exciting and igniting your body, your cells, your construct, okay? It's tickling your DNA, okay? It's magnifying it so that you remember your true consciousness, because we've been through a whole evolutionary state. Oh my God, did you feel the tickle in your heart then? Here it comes. Okay, did you feel it in your heart then? It was hilarious. Ooh, it's like this little tickle. Just receive it now into your heart. Okay, when we get rid of the resistance within the brain and it goes deeper, so you can say, take on more. I want more. Fill me up. Fill me up, soul. Who are you talking to? You're talking about your own triune being as your soul. Fill me up, divine feminine. Fill me up, the goddess. Feel her eloquence. Feel her elegance. Feel her opulence. Trust me, you can't dream big enough. Okay, take her in. She's just precious. Okay, you identify with your divine feminine. She is what we've all been looking for. Your divine feminine, Mother God. You go, oh, that's new. No, not really. We've been talking about it for a long time. Whew, the divine feminine is the womb of creation. Okay, all of life. Every time you have a thought, it's coming from the strategic vantage point of the divine feminine. Isn't that beautiful? Every thought that you've ever had, every image that you've chased, every strategy, vibrational absolute has come from your divine feminine. And when she pushed the little pointy me out of the way one day, she goes, excuse me, I get return on everything that I project out. And she was saying in that moment, she's saying, this comes from me. This comes from me. You know, don't worry about it, but hop out of the way with your little pointy you, because honestly, I've already got it covered. And that's what we say, you know, you can take it over, you can oppress your divine feminine and just have 3% creations, but you can have a 33% creation or a 333% creation by allowing your divine feminine to just let her build an incredible and immaculate world. And this is where we come back into the Piscean age, which stifles her eloquence and that within the system, because the systems themselves are actually stopping us from full expression of the divine feminine. Does that make sense? All right, now let's look at your other part of your triune being, which is your divine masculine. And he said, I make passage. I make passage for you. He goes, mate, you can have, he was saying things like, and people changed around me when I came into my soul sovereignty. People were going, would you like champagne with that? No, I want you to have it. You know, this generosity, this giving, this picking me up, dropping me off. It was like everything was at my disposal. And it was my divine feminine going, hey, do you want 2 tickets to the footy? No worries, I've got that. Okay, there was nothing that couldn't come through with the divine masculine and that love component, the doing force within you, the doing force. Feel him in your body right now. He's in your right-hand side of the body. Divine feminine's in the left-hand side of your body and brain. So let them come in right now and say good morning or hello to your divine inner child. The third part, and this is where I can feel the excitement in your heart system, in your heart chakras, this joy, anticipation. You know, when you have anticipation for the future, the anticipation is the, oh, what's the adventure going to be like? I'm on the adventure. I'm hyped up. I'm skipping. I'm ready to go. You know, I've got my backpack thrown in the car and I'm out of here. And you've got that feeling of anticipation. Well, anticipation, we actually don't talk about creating out of anticipation. Okay, but that hyper excited feeling is so interesting to me, because when I'm in anticipation and then you mix it with appreciation, that is a really magic combo. Okay, anticipation mixed with appreciation. Should write that down. It's actually really cool. Okay, so those two feelings, you've got your desire realm, you're in joy. See, we use the word gratitude all the time. I'm starting to think it gets a little bit old, you know. It's like I'm thanking you for this and thanking you for that and really appreciate. Well, to me, that's in this projection. Okay, a lot of it, because I'm having to apply something. When I'm actually like this, I'm actually kind of, it's really different when you're coming into soul sovereignty and where you're activated as a sovereign soul, because that's like me being grateful to myself, even though I'm the full thing. So I actually get a lot of joy and appreciation out of creating, but I am that I am. So feeling your light body right now, feeling your entire body, filling up, being fully present, but feeling yourself in your own light body. I am a being of light. Whew. And it's like, what are we going to move into next? What am I going to expand into? It can be anything that you want. Isn't that cool? So as you come out of the Piscean system, which is good versus bad, right versus wrong, and you're coming into alignment now, and your alignment happens in a holy instant, doesn't it? So in a holy instant, snap on your light body. Whoop, here we are, turned on, heart center open. You're feeling the heart now. It's open. Can you feel that? So sense your heart. Isn't that cool? Sensing your heart. So the heart chakra is coming into a time where it's opening permanently. So the heart is opening permanently, and that's what we do with Diamond Reconnection at the end of our school. So you get 3 sessions of a Palladian light work, which opens your heart permanently so that you can be permanently a full channel of light. I am my total address. I am all that I am. Okay, I am inhabiting my physicality, okay, with 5D and above, because my soul is ignited and present. And I tell you what, when you feel your divine masculine come in and you get full realization, and we spark that. But when you actually meet your board of directors, when they are ignited inside you and you have a sovereign soul connection, triune being, you are absolutely coming into the tree of life. Isn't that beautiful? So imagine this is the tree of life. Here's its roots, and here's the tree of life. Okay, before we actually came down and did the fall, which was fall into separation, being back to front and upside down to ourselves, we're actually coming back in by reigniting your soul sovereignty and bringing us back into the tree of life. So that's what you're doing right now. You're initiating back into the one, which is 0 point. And we talk about 0 point quantum. We're utilizing 0 point quantum, but what is it? Source energy. Okay, without any complications, without any wrappings. We've been talking about creation wrappings and creation streamings, without any wrappings. So it's just total alignment. to the perfection within you, which is the divine essence, where you came from. Isn't that cool? And that's what your soul is connected into. And so I've had all of these wonderful messages talking about the one and the one, coming into soul, coming into source. And now what's happening is, as this is being finalized and we've done all of the work on this, and this is what's going on in our world, the Pisces age is coming to an end. And it has to, because otherwise, if you can see, if it stayed the way it is right now, it's literally going to devour itself, isn't it? Right versus wrong. We're actually living in a completely polarized country. Your friends are all on different sides of, you know, vaccination or not to be vaccinated or whatever. There's no sovereignty in that discussion. So it's just back to front in duality of right versus wrong. So who's bringing it to an end? Okay, we are. Okay, the galactic light work, the Gaia is coming up. So I just want you to feel right now, because this is what I was going to start off in. I want you to feel your light body now in your physical body. So let's turn the light on once again. Just being the light. Just quietening down for a minute. Now I want you to invite Gaia. So feeling Mother Earth, the emerald green energies, and I want you to invite her into your energetic body. So feel her coming up through into your root chakra. Beautiful emerald green energies coming up into your root chakra. And feel it. It's like a beautiful sexual energy. That's what you create out of. Don't be afraid of it. Fill yourselves up with it. Bringing it up into your sacral chakra. Washing out that level. Bringing it up into your solar plexus. Ooh, isn't that a lovely feeling? And bringing her up into your heart chakra. And we'll just visualize her going on the way up through. But right now, I want you to ask Gaia, Lady Gaia, I want you to ask her to activate your 13th strand of DNA. Right now, focusing into your light body. Here she comes. Here she comes. Just feel her in your light body. Calling up and activating your 13th strand of DNA. Feel a sensation in your brain, in your light body, in your nervous system, central nervous system. Feeling her in your heart. Isn't that beautiful? Can you feel that? Focusing on the 13th strand of DNA and just ask her to activate it in your light body. Now, who's feeling that? Can you just indicate? Beautiful, good girls. Yeah, good on you. Now, when I went and activated Lady Gaia in me, which is your 13th strand DNA, I've been given a technique to do, and I was meant to go down into Gaia, go down into the heart of Gaia to activate the 13th strand of DNA. And as I began to make this connection, she said to me, no, I want to come up through you, so that I could realize that not only was she in the earth itself, but she actually was alive in my vibrational physical body. So there's your evidence. Isn't that beautiful? And so you can actually travel through the body of Gaia. You could go to France. Where would you like to go? Okay, you don't need a passport to go there. You can just pop up wherever you want to. Anywhere in Gaia, you can travel this way. So if you've ever done any journey work and taken on power animals and things like this, this is another glorious way of just igniting your original DNA within her, within you, who is Gaia. Remember, she came up through you and you felt her in your light body. That's the part of you that is connected to the earth. That's the sovereign part of you. This is the nature. You are nature. You are built perfect. You're not walking on top of her. Now, this is the beautiful thing. You're not just walking on top of her, are you? You felt just then your body being made of her. Is that not true? Your body is made of Gaia. That is why we need to be supporting her and taking care of her and restoring her and bringing her up. And of course, she's not going to just remain, okay, as a battleground for humans. Okay, and when you talk to her, she's also not a weeping mother. She's not just weeping all the time like people cry for Gaia. She's this intelligent being. You channel her, talk to her. Okay, and she'll show you what happens next. But feeling your heart centers going off right now. So we're really connected right now. So you are meant to be here. You are a pure creation. When the soul dropped down into your physical body in the womb, the body elemental goes, hello, who are you? Okay, and then the soul goes, I'm your friend. And then that integration actually happens within your physicality, okay, which is the integration of the greater you blending and merging with the physical you. See how all of you is so important? How all of you should be loved? Okay, so everything is happening in your physical body. That's what we're doing. And this year, we're understanding that this system that we're living in, the physical system, is a recycling system. Been talking about it, that the energy comes down through. Every morning you get a fresh dose of neutralized electrons. Then you actually impart with wisdom, love, and power, the threefold flame in your heart center, what it is that you desire to manifest. What would you like to live today? And so you've always, as a free will creator, had the ability to do these things. And then they actually create your vibrational world. So as you're creating your vibrational world, okay, you're learning who you are in your own sovereignty, and then you go to live it, okay, through the triune being and your divine inner child, who shows up in your reality as, oh, here it is. This, I was just thinking this. And it's not that it comes to you as something concrete necessarily. It comes as an experience, the whole and total experience of what you are thinking about, what you're wanting to live actually comes through. So it's very important for us to move through what we've been doing, okay, and that we keep coming into our own guidance. So remembering that your triune being knows where you're meant to be next. Okay, you're not asking a little pointy you. And I always say to you, don't just talk to your divine board of directors and your triune being and say, hey, well, I want this, this, and this, and this, because we're not 3-year-olds. The soul is actually your eternal self that has been a part of you and your little pointy you and writing your soul script. So there's things to do and places to go and people to meet for each one of us, okay, that you have to get on with and meet. Okay, so sometimes it's going to be, oh, you know, I wasn't able to do it then and I was too frightened to, or whatever, but I'm saying be bold. Be bold, go and do what you need to do. Go meet up in those places that you're meant to meet up with, okay? Intercept, move your body into that time and place that you're getting called or led or guided to go and do. It's really important because only you can go and meet yourself in those spaces and meet your soul group, meet the next work that you're meant to be doing. So very important that you're doing that. We've talked about the triune being, soul sovereignty, the diamond light body. Okay, so the diamond light body is your astral body. It's where you can actually access the multiverse. And this is what's going on. So many of you are so gifted right now. You've got, you know, by bi-dimensional things going on. You know, it's sort of like warping in and out, and you're getting visions, dreams, which are just timelines. You're getting other timelines, which is really, really cool. And those timelines are becoming more clear, you know, and you're starting to think, oh, I don't have to do it this way, I can do it another way. And so things are emerging that is just your full consciousness as a soul. So when you focus on your triune being, you're taking on the greater you. That's your God self. There's amazing books that I've got in the back of my book, a reading list. And one of them is called The God Self by Trisha Jepson. Really worth getting hold of and learning who you are. Very powerful book. So you're learning that you are source and that you are God, and your God self, okay, activates, and you're a creator of worlds. And so we're coming out of the Piscean limitations, and we're sort of chucking the dirt off our feet on that as we're coming into being sealed into here. And this is only a few months old. So that's actually right now, just a few months old. Okay, that we've actually come into being able to access some of that stuff. But there's very gifted people, of course, and some have been doing it for a lot longer. I know that I have been accessing, I should say, I have been accessing it for several months because of the updates and upgrades that we've been getting. Okay, how are we going? I better stay on track. Okay, so just recently we had Ray Isha, who's been a part of the Ray Isha energies. So we had a massive upgrade or a downpour or something, not sure how to say it, with incredible love, the love of the rose energies, the rose. So right now, I'm just visualizing the rose and putting it in your heart center. And you will expand, because the rose brings in, that's beautiful, Tony. The rose just brings in love, and it just, yes, beautiful. And just dissolves any dispute that you've got going on. It just does the alchemy of it. You know, my mother, I finally found healing with my mother, who I've had, because of her Christendom, has had wild energies going on, you know, worried, fretting, always praying for me. And I thought, she's going to go out doing this for me, you know? And she's already an old woman now. It's like, oh my goodness, she's going to fret until the last day to save me. And I'm feeling really good about life, but she can't see that. So we applied the rose, and the rose just brought this healing, which was incredible, because the healing of the mother is happening within the paternal system. So this is a paternal system. It's where we've abused the divine masculine to fight one another. And this is what we're doing, aren't we? We're fighting for land. Everything's brokered. Fighting for money, fighting for esteem, fighting for power. Okay, good versus bad, right versus wrong. Okay, so that's why this system cannot win. And that's why we have to actually come out of it, close that door, and seal ourselves into 5D and above, into our sovereignty. And that's why the codes are actually being released, to make it easier for us to receive it, so we can come up into that, so that the two can join together here and now in the body. That's what's going on. So the return, well, you could say the return of Christ, but the return of consciousness is, it's being returned to the earth now as Gaia, our connection, our sovereignty joins together and becomes one in the triune being, and back tapped into the tree of life. So that's where we're at the moment. So back to Ray Isha, apply Ray Isha. Ray Isha is the rose energies to everything. So just pour the rose energy in. Okay, pop it into other people's light bodies. Pour it wherever you like, just the same way as we do it with the diamond. Turn the diamond on inside you and just pour it out into your roadways, over your children, over schools, etc. Hello, I've got something trying to scan my computer. Okay, so the elephants, let's introduce the elephants. So the Ray Isha came in, and then through visions we had the elephants. And I got this message telling me that I was a teacher of the elephants. And I go, wow. And I woke up with these words, and then an elephant walked into me. It's like I just got walked into by an elephant. Okay, this great big trunk came in and the whole body just walked in. So now when I'm doing healing, I've got the rose energies to impart. I've got the elephant, who's now my spirit animal, okay, which is immense. Feel the power of the elephant. An elephant community, study what an elephant community looks like. It's a matriarchal society. It's run by the grandmother, okay? This is the return. This is what the black cockatoos are in Australian language. Is the black cockatoos are the grandparent wisdom, okay? Grandparent wisdom. And so the grandmother, okay, is the matriarch of the elephant society. So are women taking over? No, we're not, okay? That's just ridiculous. It is the divine feminine being restored after having been left out of the equation for this particular creation within Pisces. Okay, remember Pisces is only one age. Aquarian is the next stage. There have been ages before that, okay, with so many other things going on. So we've been rocking through eternity doing what we do. So that's the fun part of it. Okay. And Tony's walking through a house. All right. Okay, so do we have any questions at all? So the elephants are coming through now. And we're to nurture them, and we're to understand that if you're an elephant, you know, that you're training for galactic work. Okay. So now let's talk about what's really going on. So galactic work. So you may have people talking about spaceships and all kinds of things. You may have people that are able to communicate with your full Akashic records, which is true because you have full consciousness. Okay. And we are coming up into full consciousness. What are you going to be like with full consciousness? Oh man, that's going to be fun. Okay, guess what? You can't be manipulated, okay, in 3D when you've got full consciousness. Like, excuse me, I know you. All right. You know your own story. You can say, no, I'm not going to do that. So full consciousness from a galactic perspective, and we're starting to experience it, is coming through your dreams. It's coming through your dreams. Coming through your visions, coming through your children. People are talking about these things, and we need to be listening because we are being uplifted into a space where there is multidimensional universe, okay, which means you're bringing information from other times, lifetimes, okay? Some people are angels. Like Tara's got no stories going on. She's a pain. I could slap her sometimes because my story just wants to slap her. Okay, I'm just joking about that. But she's so angelic. So she's got no attachments. No attachments, just love. Why do you make such a big issue of this? Just love. And I go, if I was an angel, I would be able to love more like you. But I've got a starseed history, okay? And so I'm more of a starseed type galactically. Okay, I've got a bit of Sirius in me. I do Palladian light work. I've been getting information from these sources for a long, long time. And so I share that with you. Can you understand where you're getting your information from? It's where you've played before. It's where your family groups are. It's where your soul group is from. And you can absolutely trust it. Okay, and we're coming back home. We're coming back to a place of belonging where we know because we know, and we've been calling it. Remember when I was talking to you one day about the photocopier? And I was going, oh my God, you know, this photocopier, it's brand new and it's taken 7 different pushes of different buttons to say that I want one piece of paper to come out of it. I'm going, oh my God, 3D is so clunky. And 3D is. Why? Because I'm a galactic being. I probably fly spaceships, okay? I've got technology that works at the speed of light. Why is it so clunky here? Because you guys are all from beyond here. And so the world is very dense and very clunky. So it's not that you haven't got the hang of it. It's actually that it is dense and clunky. People say, I can't understand computers at all. That's because you're used to working at the speed of thought. Telepathic, you're a telepathic being. It's like that's how your vibrational light body works. Okay, you can't pull the wool over each other's eyes because we actually can feel it and know it and we read it. And that's why we have to start being more honest with one another. Isn't that cool? This is fun, natural fact. Okay, this is what we're coming back into, is your memories of who you are as star seeds, of angels, of whatever it is that you are. We've had people remembering that they are blue avians, okay, which is like a whole nother species. All of the species. We have to understand that we're not alone, okay? We are Gaians. We have come here to blend these energies to bring us back into the true guardianship, okay? We're working with the galactic beings like the whales, the whale dreaming, the dolphin dreamings, the cetaceans, okay? The ancient energies that keep the sonic sounds in place at a pitch that stabilizes our earth so it remains this way or evolves the way it's meant to be evolved. Isn't that beautiful? So every part of it, I mean, even the bird whistling of a morning is actually setting pitch for my 3D world to remain in place. It's actually setting the pitch, a true frequency. Remember when humans changed the frequency? Or was that back into the 70s? Okay, just to put us off a little bit like this. Okay, well, the birds are never out of pitch. Okay, so they keep us in the true frequency. The indigenous sovereigns, okay, and the originals, okay, of the world, they're not off pitch. Okay, even though we in the modern world have created music, okay, to get us used to a lower and denser vibration. No, nature itself is perfect and pure, and you just felt nature in your body as your 13-strand DNA lit up. Okay, that's your true reality. That's your true natural self, which is a perfect state of being as a Gaian. So I love that word, that we're not just human, we are Gaian. We're born of Gaia. Okay, we're here to celebrate Gaia, live on Gaia, protect her, but actually evolve with her. And that's why I want you to feel it in your body that Gaia is you. So when we're hurting our own body, okay, we're hurting Gaia, but it's not for that. It's to realize that you're one with her and that you are also being hurt by all of this activity that's going on the planet that's unnecessary. Okay. So any thoughts? Does anyone want to have ask a question at all? Go on, I dare you. Did you know all of that because I've already told you? All right. Let's unmute and talk.
I do love what you just said about being Gaian. I like that. It's a better word than human.
Yeah, humans kind of been misused, but mankind,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
I don't try not to get hung up on words at all, you know, because it's like, it's all about intention and most people aren't using it as a vile thing, you know, but yeah, I reckon that's nice too, Gaian. And a lot of the channelings that we've got coming on through Diamond Matrix Masters and that, and talk about us as Gaians, So remember to have a look if you're wanting updates to channels and that. We've got some pretty cool stuff happening. Like there was one that I put up on my post this morning. It was like, oh my God, really? It's almost like this whole epidemic thing has been to release people from the planet, which I thought they were doing deliberately anyway. And I'm sort of, you just, it expands your mind as to what's going on. And that's what I like about this, okay, is that we can expand our consciousness and become more. And it becomes exciting when we're a part of it. It's not just your local world. That's the big thing. So don't get bogged down in your street. Your street's important because you've got to live in it and you're sharing within it that light that you are. But it's so much bigger and we are not alone. So now the light forces are coming in, like big time coming in, and in a galactic sense, okay, that we're believing and people are seeing first contact or whatever it is, okay? So we need to be really open about what a strange world this is going to be soon. Imagine that. And I don't know about you, but I'm quite fascinated with it. So of course I'm calling it in. It's going to be interesting. And yeah, you might be the only ones that have got enough nous to be speaking and being a part of the new system and bringing in new ideas and new technologies. That's why I was saying David's got to get on board with this magnetic motor. Okay. Come on, David, you can do that.
Too much clunkiness in my world these days. It's epidemic.
Get rid of the clunk. Get rid of the clunk. Yeah. So apparently you've got these magnetic motors that you can have in your house that generates energy. And it's all done on an electric motor. And cars are going to run. It'll actually work in sync with the electromagnetic world of your body, because this runs off electromagnetics. Did you know that your divine mother, the mother god, actually holds you in form electromagnetically? Isn't that cool? Okay, and the father energies actually does everything's working together to hold creation in form. It's so cool when you actually look at all of these things and study it. Yeah, so you're going to be coming up. What is that, Joe?
That is my son's science project, which is pretty similar to that electromagnetic motor that you sent me the info on. That's all I was telling you that day. It wouldn't be too hard to do it. He's already basically done it.
Can you show us it? How does it work? I know that when you stick two magnets opposites together and just have one in the middle, it's going to spin out, isn't it? So you've got movement. It's like, how do you get the energy from it?
Working on removing my background real quick. Here we go. All right. So basically this is actually created to make a light up, but it's the same principle. You have opposing, I don't know if you can see it, you can have opposing magnets. So one is North Pole, the next one's going to be South Pole. You get those spinning fast enough, they'll just keep on their way. They'll just take a little spin and they'll just keep running themselves. This one's powered by obviously the string here. Spin it fast enough, it'll light up the light bulb. I don't know if you can see it, but similar concept. You get stronger magnets in it with your same, I don't know if you can see down in here.
Yeah.
The coil, we wrapped 200 feet of copper cable around a coat hanger, and the opposing magnets, just when it spins, it's a little messed up right now. The tape kind of fell apart, but when you spin it fast enough, it'll light the LED. It's the same principle.
That is amazing, because apparently the electric cars are still using electricity from outside generated coal-based sources. And I'm going, how come we're just not doing that and generating it? Why are we still using external power systems if you can actually do that, which generates electricity, the energy itself?
Why can't we make the wheel of the vehicle be the alternator that charges the battery? Why do we have to plug it in?
Yes. So Joe, Bags, you and David, can you please go and do your homework and get that pulled off, please? I need to run my house on nothing.
Got to bring Mini-Me on the project.
Yeah. Anyway, so this came through a channeling from where? Galactic sources. Okay, we're getting a lot of information. We've gotten all of our technological information, by the way. So the world's been using this forever. It's always come to us in brilliance, in inspiration, and then just takes somebody to go and do it. So please get onto that. That'd be awesome. This is the time. New technologies, okay, that benefit all of humankind. So you're all going to be a part of that. If you're wondering what you're doing, well, you're going to be really busy. Okay, really, really busy. And we're going to take all of our patents back, okay, that, you know, we had stolen office, you know, and people buy them that won't use them. You know, if we don't use them for 2 years, then we don't have a right to them. We've got to start taking all of these systems back, you know, take off the red tape so that we can actually source power for ourselves and make our lives and communities so much more brilliant. So new technology is coming in. Anyway, that's all from me. Do you guys want anything else? You got anything else you want to share? Did you enjoy today? Was it helpful, or did I just scare you some way and traumatize you more?
I actually think it was brilliant today, and it really lines up with what's going on with a lot of things right now. I had my own first experience last night of sitting with my son, talking to him, and in the process, I was like bringing him healing from a circumstance and a situation he is going through. And in that, I was literally slid to the side, and then he decided to commune and have a moment with my son to give him some direction upon his path. And it was really intriguing to see how we can be a conduit for the messages to pour straight through. I don't remember all of it. There was so much that was going and being delivered that his entire experience was intense. And then this morning, Joe and I had an experience that he received a message that, and it's in reference to when we sat down and really thought about what it was. It's in reference to my son and soon some of his transformational recovery for some things going on in his life.
Wow.
And what a confirmation right after what I had last night with him, for him to be able to receive that message to give me more insight.
That's
It was
cool.
really intense the last 24 hours. I've had a couple different experiences like that in the last week, where I'm actually coming in. I had a quick 15, which turned into a little bit longer with Angela, and going into the Akashic Records. One of the things that came up in there was that I was coming into some new skills, and I would be opening up some more. And then all of a sudden, here I am with my son, and then I'm seeing where the new skills are coming in, and I had no clue. Like, I'm getting more clear audio and visual effects that are happening, and I'm hearing things and seeing things now, and I've never had that much on the visual. I've never had many of the visuals. I've only had it one other time, and I begged for it to go away. And that was many, many years ago. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to embrace this. So very intense changes that are happening for everyone. So if you feel anything, you get an understanding, and you start hearing or getting a deep-seated feeling within that's feeling like a message coming forth, sit down, write it, feel it, do whatever it is, because it's important to share it.
Totally. So we get visitors all the time. I call them visitors. And so, you know, Saint Germain will come in, or, you know, one of the archangels. And this is why I want you to feel your body, because when you're feeling an energy, you'll go, oh, it's in the front of my body. Like Archangel Uriel is this feeling which is beyond the shield of faith. Okay, so it's a protection type thing. So if anything's going on, the shield, okay, the Archangel Uriel comes in. Well, your body, your physical body, is made up of the 7 archangels that are streaming the light for you to come in. Hello, we've got people coming in. Is there maybe something to do with this time thing? Might have to talk for another hour. Anyway, welcome Francis and welcome Yaz. Yeah, so we've already had a mighty big session on all of this, and I just want you to understand that your body, your system, your four-body system, your vibrational system is a beacon of light. Okay, that's what it is. And it just says turn it on. That's all you have to do is say turn it on. Okay, turn it on, and be understanding that we're just coming into more and we're expanding into more. Okay, very, very good. All right.
I think the time changed in Europe. That's why our Europeans are late.
Right. Okay, so we do have a time change. Hello, Yazzie. I love you.
Yeah. North America is next week.
Okay, just watch your time zones. Okay, because they're all changing at the moment. All right. So did everyone bring their books today? Because I never ever got a photo of us all with our books. Did anyone bring a book?
I'll go get it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is so beautiful. Oh, it's lovely. I love all your backgrounds and that. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. So somebody's just gone off to get it. I think Yasmin's gone to get hers. Where are you up to, Darla? Have you finished it?
No, it is such a, it's so in depth. So it's take a little bit in, 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 but it just absorbs. And I'm just like, oh, yes. And it's literally, it's what's really amazing, Ruth, is really, it's not that it's new information. It's just awakening what's already within. And it's like, oh, hi. Okay. Why didn't I know that? It is just like realigning me and going, hello, just get with the program here. This is what you should have been doing all along.
That's exactly what it is.
What you should have been doing all along.
All right, let's hold our faces up and our bookies up, please. And I just so appreciate all of you. I don't even know how to do this. So if anybody else wants to take it as well, I really appreciate it. What am I doing? Does anyone know? How do I do this? Screen. I don't know how to do it. Do I have to push control screen?
We're going to find out.
Or Windows? Oops, it's not that for me.
Command Shift 3 all at the same time.
What is it?
Command Shift 3 all at the same time.
I don't know. Control? Now I'm thinking about it. Can somebody take a shot for me? Does anybody know how to do that?
I did it.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Mhm.
I appreciate it. Now, all right. Well, look, we're turning into the end of this series, and I really wanted to bring to you this the last account of the Gaian position, because we are actually coming out of Gaia and into full-blown galactic service. Okay, and it's way bigger than you can imagine, and you are much more than you can possibly imagine. Okay, so I really want to bring that to your goosies. Okay, yeah. Because we can't keep doing it from a 3D perspective. 3D is ending, okay? So there's no point in servicing that anymore. The system is coming to an end, and you need to come out of the system of the world to come into your galactic enterprises, where you've come from, where you've got
Galactic
full
Enterprise.
knowledge. Galactic, yes. So all moving to the spaceship Enterprise. That's my favorite Star Trek. I gotta sit down up.
Beam me up, Scotty. I'm ready.
I know, I'm so that person. So anyway, I've been calling on this, okay? And every time I go, yep, I want to see them too, it's sort of like my head just turns to Venus, because apparently there's a massive starship there or whatever. That's why it's so bright. And I go, oh, this is great. Anyway, we are moving into these connections, okay? We have always been working with galactic light bodies and light forces. So I actually want to make it real to you that, who do you think Saint Germain is? Who do you think the Christ is, the masters? You know, all of the angelic realms, the Elohim, the timekeepers, okay? All of the greats, you know, that are Kuan Yin, okay? All of the lady masters as well. All of the angelics, all of the fairies and the fae kingdoms, okay? We have got so much that we identify with, okay, that we play with in the etheric realms. So no, we don't identify with them as aliens. That's really strange. It's like calling Tony an alien. Well, she's a bit weird sometimes, but she's not an alien. Okay, we love her as friend. But that's how normal it is in actual fact. You know, they're where we actually come from. They're not aliens, you know. And I hear, you know, my brothers and sisters here from time to time use that word. And it's like, well, I've been getting visitations from them forever. If you read my book, most of it's come through visitation, through channeling, through visits, you know, and that's really, really cool.
Well, it's the same with children. Children says, we used to call them your imaginary friends. They're not imaginary.
That's right. And so this is our natural state of being, isn't it? So we're coming back up into that. All right. So I'm going to sign off and just bless you with diamonds once again and forever. Okay. And I just love you so much. Okay.